Hello everyone and welcome back to All Time Scary. Today we're looking into 5 brand new Mandela effects. Not sure what a Mandela effect is? Well, here's a quick definition if you're unfamiliar or if you need a refresh. Pause now and read it over. Today we're talking about movies, video games, and strange historical changes that will hopefully leave you scratching your head. So without wasting any more time, let's get right into 5 brand new Mandela effects. Just Go With It is a romantic comedy that was released in 2011 and starred Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston, and Nicole Kidman. As funny as it is that this movie was critically panned and received 2 Golden Raspberry Awards for Worst Actor and Worst Director, that isn't why we bring this up today. We bring it up because of a Mandela effect regarding its official movie poster. This poster was plastered everywhere around the time of its release, and it shows Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston sitting side by side in beach chairs on a beach. Both characters have their hand outstretched towards each other. Now, if you haven't seen this movie poster before, this obviously isn't going to affect you. But for everyone else that has seen this movie poster, here is my question. What are those hands doing on the poster? Are they fist bumping, or are they clinking their glasses together? Despite what seemingly a lot of people believe, it turns out that they are not clinking their glasses together, they are indeed fist bumping. Now, this whole image is artistically confusing. Of course, it's always possible that they were always fist bumping and people just saw this incorrectly. But why is the artwork so cluttered? Where they're fist bumping, a random woman is standing behind them. So instead of a clean image of knuckles pressed together, it becomes a confusing visual mess. If you digitally remove or simply move the random background woman from this poster, it still looks like their hands could be holding wine glasses and clinking them together. But perhaps that's what our minds want to see. So tell me, is this nothing more than a visual illusion that tricked a lot of people online? Or was this poster altered in some way by the Mandela effect? However you feel about this, stay tuned because the effects later on in this video, they're going to get weirder and scarier. For this next Mandela effect, we're going to keep things simple and straightforward. George Washington Carver is a man every American who attended public school has learned about. He's most known for the over 300 incredible uses of peanuts he discovered. Now, with all that in mind, was it George Washington Carver that discovered peanut butter? Yes or no? Like every memory of yours that I unintentionally destroy, this is yet another one to throw away. As it turns out, George Washington Carver did not discover peanut butter. And no, this isn't a simple, he did, but it was actually discovered long before him and kind of forgotten situation. It turns out that 3 people discovered it before him, including the ancient Inca and Aztec civilizations. Does that sound right to you? If you're like me, you grew up learning that George Washington Carver found over 300 uses for peanuts, including his most famous discovery, peanut butter. Unfortunately though, history doesn't seem to agree with this anymore. Am I the only one here with these now inaccurate memories? I hope not. Please, let me hear all of your thoughts in the comments below. Bridge to Terabithia is a 2007 coming-of-age adventure fantasy movie based on the 1977 novel of the same name. This Mandela effect has to do with the death of the character Leslie and how Jess, the other main character, finds out about her death. So my question today is simple. In the movie Bridge to Terabithia, did they show Leslie's accidental death? Yes or no? The answer is no. They don't actually show the rope breaking and Leslie falling and hitting her head. Her death is simply explained by Jess's parents when he gets home. I don't have a strong memory either way on this Mandela effect, but a lot of people online did. It seems like every other comment is back and forth with the scene. Some argue without a doubt that it shows the rope break and that Leslie fell and hit her head, while others argue that it was never shown, only mentioned. One comment I read claimed to remember their kids crying when Leslie fell and how she had to explain over and over again, it's just a movie, it isn't real. So what gives? Some speculate that the movie may have been altered, that this death scene was originally in the movie but was later cut out because it was primarily for kids and young teens. So the question now is it possible that Bridge to Terabithia was altered post-release? Well, I looked into this and it's absolutely possible, but without studio confirmation on an edit, we can only speculate. Digging deeper into this mystery, I discovered the original runtime is listed on movie Showtime websites as 1 hour and 36 minutes. The digital copy that you can rent or purchase today has the exact same runtime. So an edit post-release is extremely unlikely unless they replace the missing footage with the exact same amount of extra footage, which seems really complicated and unnecessary. To believe that, we would need evidence of a new scene, and no one has mentioned that or talked about an extra scene in this movie. So as far as I can tell, this movie was not altered or cut. So wherever you fall in this Mandela effect, I'd love to hear your take in the comments. Do you actually remember seeing Leslie's death in Bridge to Terabithia? Or was it simply talked about but never actually shown? I'm so curious to hear all of your thoughts below. Back in 2004, the classic first-person shooter video game Halo 2 was released on the original Xbox. In Halo 2, the story was split up between two main characters, the Master Chief and the Arbiter. This Mandela effect has to do with the Arbiter and his armor design from Halo 2. This game being the introduction to the Arbiter, his design and look was iconic. It was permanently burned into the memories of everyone who played this game. But now, it seems like new details have appeared on his character model that, according to hundreds of people online, didn't exist before. So what do you think? Do you remember the Arbiter having this extremely detailed design in his pauldron? You see, the armor on the Arbiter is unique and memorable because of its strange design. One shoulder is raised much higher than the other. The raised side is always visible in cinematics as well as cooperative play. Somebody at some point would have surely noticed this delicate engraving before, right? These games are beloved, they're played over and over and over again, they're analyzed, there's dozens and dozens of YouTube channels dedicated to researching, studying, and playing these games, and no one's ever noticed this before? That's when this thought came to me. Halo 2 Anniversary is the remaster of the original Halo 2, and it came out nearly 10 years after the fact. I initially thought that this change to the Arbiter's armor could have been a visual upgrade or a redesign for the remastered version. But when comparing the two games, I discovered that actually the symbol is in both games. So what do you all think? I find it incredible that this very beautiful detail has never been noticed before in one of the most beloved and replayed games ever. People have played Halo games for nearly 20 years, but this was just discovered. Is this a Mandela effect, or has this detail always been there? Let me hear your thoughts in the comments below. To wrap up today's list, we're talking about a strange detail regarding one of America's greatest tragedies, September 11th, 2001. So what is that detail? Well, that's the Mandela effect. Do any of you remember a hotel being directly located in between the World Trade Center towers? And I'm not talking about a nearby hotel or a hotel down the street, I'm talking directly in front of them, visible in a ton of photographs from that day. So to rephrase this more clearly, was there a hotel located between the Twin Towers? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Strangely enough, if you look up photos of the World Trade Center, you'll now see a Marriott hotel residing there, named the Marriott World Trade Center, aka WTC-3. It was located between the North and the South Towers and now is distinctly visible in a ton of the 9/11 photographs. Supposedly this hotel was built in 1981 before its destruction in 2001, but it's only recently gained in Mandela effect popularity as the discussion around it builds. What I really find interesting now are the pictures of the towers. The image is iconic, it's burnt into the minds of anyone born before the tragedy. But now there is what seems to be an extra building residing between them. It just looks out of place. What do you think? Is it possible that the thousands of people online discussing this simply never noticed the building before? Or is this actually a Mandela effect to you? Regarding this mysterious hotel that a lot of people said didn't exist before, but others said did, it's fascinating nonetheless. I will leave it up to the diehard believers and non-believers to argue about in the comments below. This one is all in your hands.